Up, everybody? Thank you for coming to our page. 3G had the awesome opportunity to catch up with our 2021 I Am 3G scholarship winners, and we did like a college check in with each of them, and we are so proud of these amazing young women. Check out some of the excerpts from our interview.
How was the first semester? I guess first question, did you stay on campus at Howard?
Yes.
Okay. So how was it?
It was a little shaky in the beginning just because of some administrative problems like with the Wi-Fi and all that other extraness. But after we got over that, it was pretty smooth after that.
Okay. That's good. So academically, would you say like your transition from high school to college was an easy one, or you feel like there was some stuff that you wish you had known before you came to college?
It was pretty smooth for me. I think I don't really think I was prepared from high school as far as the course load, but I took dual enrollment my junior and senior year. So that kind of gave me an idea of what the college workload would be like. So the transition was pretty easy in regards to that. But I would say as far as being able to manage my time and all that other stuff, that was a learning process during the first semester, but I think I recovered pretty well.
That's good. Awesome. Yeah, that time management piece. I guess when you're in high school, everything is structured. So it's like here's second period, but then you go to college and it's like, okay, how do I manage my time? Right. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So do you have a roommate?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So
how was that?
How did that work out? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love her very much. She's in the room right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Tell me say hi.
That's good. Good. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because that can always go. That can go either way.
Yeah, I have a couple friends who just aren't with it at all, but I was very blessed.
That's good.
So you're back on campus now? You're back on campus?
Oh, yeah, okay. I just came back on Saturday.
I got you. Okay. Cool.
Well, that's good. So when you went home, while you were away, were you homesick or you were like glad to be away?
No, because I'm not that far. So I mean, it wasn't too big of a distance. I enjoyed my time at home though, but I was ready to come back.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. So did you have a heavy, did you have a heavy course load? 12, 15, how many hours did you take?
I had 15 hours, but for the majority of my classes, they were general ed courses. So, it wasn't too much of a course load. But this semester, I have more of I guess you could say my core classes that are more focused on my major. So I expect the course load to be a little heavier, but
Any more difficult courses you took?
For this semester? Yeah.
For the semester that just passed, yeah.
Oh, any difficult courses? I would say the only difficult course would be my nutrition class, and that's just because that's more related to my major. I'm a nutritional science major, so I kind of expected that to be a little much. But as far as everything else, it was to a point where, like, if the teacher wasn't there, I would have been fine. Like, the classes are pretty self-explanatory. They give you the assignment and then you complete it. It wasn't too much of having to study and digest too much information. It was just making sure you were able to understand the instructions and then turn it in on time. So
cool. Good.
Makes sense. So how are you balancing your academic and your social life?
Well, to be honest, last semester wasn't too much of a struggle, simply because I hadn't really been out as much as I would like to, like socially. So, I mean, I had a couple friends that I made, but it wasn't a struggle of, debating whether I wanted to go to this event versus study. I was in my room the majority of the time, to be honest. Okay. So, but I think, like, as time goes on and I get involved in more activities or clubs, and that will have to come more into play. But as of right now, I'm pretty good with deciphering which events are more important. Like there's been a couple of games I haven't really been tempted to go. So I think that would be okay.
If Veronica was on here, she said, girl, you pay for it, go.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's included in your fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Well,
like
that's cool.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Ash.
No, I was just gonna say, like, do you feel like you're missing out on anything? I only asked because I was sort of the same when I was a freshman in college. Like, you know, I hung out with like a core group and we didn't really go to events. We did little things here and there. But sometimes like looking back, I'm like, oh, I should have joined more clubs, or oh, I should have went to more events.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm missing out on anything per se, because definitely if I wanted to go, I could have, but I'm just more of a homebody. So, you know, I don't really feel like I'm missing out, but I definitely wish I wasn't, I had the energy to actually get up and go and venture out. Like there was a lot of events around the freshman week time, like when everyone was first coming to campus, a lot of social events. And some people I knew were going, but, you know, I just didn't really have the desire to go. But I mean, this semester, I definitely will try, because with the things I want to do in the future, these events could possibly help me with the whole networking process and all of that. So yeah, I'll definitely look into that this semester though.
That's good.
But last semester was all about getting comfortable and getting accommodated. So I wasn't really too stressed about getting involved in too many things.
Exactly. Well, that's good.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. You're adjusting to the whole new life, new school, and all of that. So,
Yeah.
Are there any clubs, specific clubs you're thinking of joining next semester?
As far as this semester, I'm not too sure what's going to be offered. I'm going to be looking into those, but most definitely I'm thinking ahead to next year. I'm really looking into auditioning for the dance team we have here.
Oh,
but
nice.
As far as like other small clubs, as far as SGA and all that, I'll definitely look into those as the semester goes on to see what opportunities present itself. But
That's cool.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. So what would you say was one thing that, or did you learn anything like about yourself as a person being away at college?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I learned this last semester, but something was definitely confirmed. I am a huge procrastinator. And that only got worse when I came to college, because at least for high school, you know, I had my parents on my back about it. And I had my teachers constantly checking up, but they definitely don't do that here. So, but the good thing about my procrastination is like, no matter how long I wait, I know I'm going to get it done. Like I always turn my work in on time, but it's just a matter of how stressful the process is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how stressed do you want to be?
Yeah. I always say I'm not going to wait till the last minute, but it always ends up working out that way. But, you know, you learn. I'll try to do better this semester, but
that's good. I mean, acknowledging is realizing and acknowledging is an easiest or best steps. And then, you know, at least you have a plan. I'm sure where you are in college, you're not alone. There's lots of
absolutely not.
All 4 years procrastinating.
Absolutely not. One of my classes I had last year, we were all in the group meet on FaceTime because we all waited till the day a huge assignment was due. Like it was terrible.
Like we have to do it now, huh? Do it now.
Well, that's good. At least you realize it. So what would you say was a challenge that you experienced over this past semester?
Challenge. I guess it ties back into the procrastination thing, just maintaining my work ethic. Like it was really easy to like just get set back. Like after the first little glitch with like the Wi-Fi situation going on in the school, everything was pretty much affected as far as when assignments were due and all of that. So it was easy for the different assignments to pile up, and it was very easy to get complacent as well. And then on top of that, my classes were online. So,
Oh, okay.
Getting, the temptation to take a nap was very prominent as well.
It's real.
So I guess just being able to prioritize and, stuff like that. But, it's a learning process. So again, I didn't beat myself up too much about it, but that was definitely one of the struggles I faced.
That's good. Well, it seems like you overcame it. How were you happy with your grades for this first semester?
Yeah, I was very much, how the semester went, I wasn't shocked, but I definitely think it could have been another way, but I'm glad it came through in the end. I was able to maintain my scholarship that I had, so that was good. And I consider last semester a bad semester. So, and I was pretty happy with my grades. So I definitely think I can be 10 times better this semester.
Well, great. That's good.
That's good.
Great. So do you think you'll have more in-person classes, or it'll be the hybrid? Well, I think you said last year was more online. So you think you'll have any classes that will be in person?
Yeah. So for this semester, they basically switched majority of the classes offered to online simply because of how they noticed the students were able to learn last semester. Because, a lot of people don't do very well virtually just because everyone has different learning styles. But last semester, they mainly did online because I guess of the surge in COVID cases and the fact that we had just got on campus and,
and a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm. So as of right now, all of my classes are in person.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's good. So what's one piece of advice that you would give to some upcoming seniors, class of 2022 that are headed for college? Or you can give more than one if you want to.
Okay. One piece of advice I would give is not really concerning academics, but it's more so, I guess, a more personal advice. Don't be too concerned about what other people are doing around you. I think college is a time to really focus on yourself and learn yourself. And one thing I would say was in high school, I always thought I was like a social butterfly. And like when I got to college, I always want to go out to every event and be, I'm sorry, huh? Okay.
Because it's snow. Sorry.
You're good. I got you. But yeah, I noticed that when I finally got here, I realized how much of a homebody I was, and I didn't want to be out and doing all this extra stuff. So I would definitely say take college as a time to make friends, but also focus on, the things you want, because just because your group or your friends or whoever that's here are going out to all the parties and stuff, that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to do that. So I would definitely say take college as a time to learn yourselves, learn your values and morals. And then once you establish that for yourself, then that's when you can go out and look for, friends who, share the same things. So that's one piece of advice.
Well, that's so good. That's really good advice, actually. Probably good for some for us adults as well. Knowing who you are and being good within your own skin, even if it's from all the folks around you, just being solidified in who you are, and then finding what I like to call your tribe. There's out there to share your values and your morals. So.
And one crazy thing that happened, like I swear, for the first 3 weeks, if it wasn't my roommate, I wasn't really hanging out with anybody. But I learned that as soon as I stopped looking for a crew, like literally just a whole bunch of people who are like me just somehow found me, and now we're all friends. So I was just like, wow.
That worked out well.
That's awesome. Especially at a large school like that, it's good to find some. Yeah, and you don't even have to do much. You just do you, and they will find you.
Exactly.
Okay, so one more question. Who would you say are two of the most influential people in your life? academically and or personally.
Okay. I mean, this might sound a little cliche, but my mom is definitely one of them. And probably, I have 3 brothers, but my middle brother, as far as their work ethic, like they are some real workaholics. And I think that's where I get some of my zeal from. Like once they set their mind to something, like they're locked in on it, no matter how hard it gets, they're committed to finishing whatever. So yeah, I definitely admire that about both of them. And I think that's the only thing that has really kept me motivated. And it's not even on purpose, like literally not even academics, just whatever, like being a perfectionist and just really wanting to do my best at whatever I'm involved in. Yeah.
Great.
That's good. Those are good traits. Unfortunately, I share the perfectionist trait, and I always a two-edged sword. Like on one hand, it's really good. Like you said, it drives you, it keeps you wanting to always do your best. But I'll just simply say, make sure you also take time for yourself. And like you said, kind of don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes in our drive to get it all right and have everything perfect and line up, we're hard on ourselves, and also we burn ourselves out, right? Burnout is real. Do what you can. No, there's always another day, God willing, that you'll have to get back out there and try again and do your best. Take care of yourself. Self-care is really important, especially for college students.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Great. Ash or Mom, did you guys have any other?
Yeah. I was gonna say no, like the key phrase that Nikki just said was burnout is real. I think I was one of those people, like you hear it a lot and everybody says it, but then when that thing hits you, you're like, oh, this is a real thing. Like I didn't know. So that part, I'd also say, because I'm also a perfectionist. But on the other half of that, you were talking about procrastination, and I thought that I was just a procrastinator, like you sort of get that thing in your mind, like, oh, I'm just being lazy, I'm not going to do it. But what I realized as an adult is that like I possibly hasn't been diagnosed, but I say this, my therapist has been like, but adult ADHD is a real thing. So it could also just be like, not that you're a procrastinator, but it's just hard to focus on one thing for like a set amount of time. And so like, just keep that in mind, that maybe you can start something, but you just need to take breaks. So like, set yourself up. So it's like, I'm starting something on Monday, I'll do it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll get back to it, the next day or later. And that way, it's like, you're not just procrastinating. It's like something physically going on, that prevents you from doing things.
And I think a lot of, at least from what I've seen, I think a lot of new college students struggle with that simply because the transition from high school, literally, you are forced to focus on one thing for a certain amount of time, and you're basically programmed. But like you get here, it's like if you're not in class, literally nothing is organized for you. So it's like you have so many opportunities to steer away from one specific thing. And there's just so many other things going on, not even as far as academics, that could affect your focus. So, I mean, it's not diagnosed, but pretty sure everyone has whatever that is.
So many things vying for our attention, like all the time. Yeah, it's very easy to get distracted.
Yeah, especially as you get older, because then you have more responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yep,
exactly.
That's true. Actually, I like that you said building those breaks. That is so true. Breaks is very, very good advice. Breaks for yourself. Like, cause sometimes you get, it's too much to just hours and hours on hand. You need a mental break to step, compress. So definitely build that in,
But it sounds like you've done quite well, and we're very proud of you for the first semester. Sounds like you're on target, and just keep doing what you're doing, and with all of the added recommendations that you've received from everybody, which is good. You want to take care of you, because if you aren't well mentally or physically or emotionally, then that affects everything else you can do. So yeah.
And it seems like you offer yourself grace, because that would have been another piece of advice. Just to offer yourself grace and be nice to you. Be nice to you.
That is good. Well, Jada, we are super proud of you. As everyone has said, we are excited about your future and know that you're going to continue to do great things. Congratulations on an outstanding first semester. You know,
Thank you.
it kind of was a bad semester, but it seems like it turned out well. It was an adjustment period, but it seems like you were up to the task and you handled it well. And so we know you're going to continue to do that. So we will definitely keep in touch with you. You're stuck with us. We'll reach out to you every to see how you're doing. And we wish you the best. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Take care.
And be safe. All right.
Y'all too. Have a good day.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
you too.